One $37 sale changed my life, not because it made me rich, but because it showed me what was possible. This is a story of how that one random digital product that I created at 4 a.m. before clocking into my job completely shifted the trajectory of my life. And if you've ever felt stuck in a job, unfulfilled, or just meant for something more, then I want you to lean in because I was you. So let's rewind really quick. I went to school for graphic design, got the degree, graduated, and 6 days later, I landed the dream job. Dream job, as I thought. The job everyone said would be hard to get. I remember feeling like I made it. I had done everything right. But a few months in, I had this slow grind feeling like, is this it? I kept saying this to myself. Is this it? I was commuting an hour to work, clocking out at 6:30, getting home at 7:30. I barely saw daylight. My only free time was dinner, a shower, and collapsing in bed. And I just couldn't shake this thought. Is this really going to be my life for the next 40 years? Now, let me just say this. I wasn't lazy. I was scrappy. I started trying everything under the sun to find my thing. I got my real estate license. I was like, okay, this is it. I'll do showings on the weekends. That lasted about 3 weeks. Then I considered doing Uber. I went to the interview, I got accepted, and then I never turned on the app. I also have tried drop shipping. I tried an MLM. I knew I would hate it, but I was desperate for a way out. I even tried launching a physical product business at one point in my journey, but shipping stuff out from my living room, I absolutely hated it. I wanted time freedom, not more boxes to carry and more things to do. I just didn't know how to find it. And then 2020 happened. The company that I was working for as a graphic designer, they sent everyone home to work from home, which was amazing. I loved it. I'm like, I'm a homebody, let's go. But the CEO of the company was very clear with us and he's like, look, we're losing a lot of business and layoffs are possible. That right there is when I had a deep panic. Like, what if I get laid off and I have nothing? I have no savings. That night, I went to Google and typed how to make money online. Now, I had typed this before, sure, but this time I meant it. And that's when I stumbled across a blog talking all things digital products and products you can create once and sell over and over and over again. No shipping, no inventory, no client meetings. I was like, wait, this is exists, like I can do this. The more I read, the more I was like, this is it. This is the business model that actually makes sense for a tired, burnt out creative who has no time and no money to waste. But let me tell you, I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't know what to create. I didn't know how to sell. I didn't even fully understand what a digital product was. But I had this tiny spark inside me and I knew I had to try it because the alternative, staying where I was, felt soul crushing. So I started waking up at 4 a.m. to work on my first product. I'd worked until 8:30 a.m., then I would go to work, clock in, then I would come back home at 7:30 p.m. and I would continue working. It was exhausting, but I was determined because I wanted an out. So I created my first product, a social media content calendar. And on April 26, 2020, I launched it. I hit publish, I posted about it, and then refreshed the page 900 times. And for the entire day, nothing happened. No one bought. By that night, I remember I was feeling defeated. I was ready to give up. I looked at my husband and said, it didn't work. I wasted my time. And just when we were relaxing and watching probably a movie or a show, binge watching Netflix, I hear ding. I hear this like random noise that I've never heard on my phone before. Then I looked and it was a sale. A stranger on the internet paid me $37 and I broke down crying. Because in that moment, I finally believed that it could work. And that $37 turned into a few $100s, then a few thousands. And guess what? By July of 2020, literally 2 months after I got started, I made 3 times what I was making in my graphic design job. And no, I didn't quit my job right away. I held on to it for 9 more months after that because part of me still feared that it could disappear, that it was a fluke, that it was going to go down really fast. But the seed was planted. I knew I was building something for real. And one day I was on the phone with my mom telling her how badly I wanted to leave my job and go full time with my digital product business. And I remember this and I'll never forget what she said. She said, "Fortune favors the audacious." And I'll never forget that. Then in January of 2021, my supervisor at that time made a comment that felt like a punch to the gut. Something like, "Your design could have been done by one of the account executives." I remember I went home that day and I'm like, I'm done with this. I wrote my 2 weeks notice because I'm like, that's just so belittling that I'm like, I need to leave. And that right there was the best decision I could have made because now I get to wake up when my daughter wakes up. I decide how I spend my time. I have complete time freedom. And yes, I still work and I still work hard, but I work on my terms, doing something that I love. And I get to be present for the moments that matter the most. And my business now makes 10 times what I used to make as a graphic designer. But even if it didn't, I would still choose this life right now because back then I felt trapped by a paycheck and now I feel free and aligned. If you're watching this thinking, I could never do that, let me tell you, neither did I. I had every reason to quit. No audience, no strategy, no clue, but I said yes anyway. If there's even the tiniest part of you that wants to try, do it scared. In a year from now, you could be telling your story. And if this lit a fire in you and you are wondering what kind of product you can create, I've got you. Download my 500 plus digital product ideas guide below. It's totally free and full of inspiration to get your wheels turning. And if you're ready to stop overthinking and actually build something that sells, I'll walk you through it step by step inside my course because you don't have to figure this out alone like I did. I hope this was helpful and don't leave without watching this next because it breaks down exactly what I'm doing now to grow and what is possible when you stop waiting.